and foremost, youth unemployment has become such a major issue that it should be classified as a security issue, as an international or national security issue. Because people who are not employed, young people who do not have employment, resort to drugs, resort to violence. We have Arab Spring, we have the ISIS, where young people are being lured into jobs which pay approximately three times more than that of a graduate. So I think first and foremost at policy level, the government need to form policies that empower young people, especially in decision making, as well as jobs that provide security. Like when you have recession, the young people lose tremendous amounts of jobs, and when they lose jobs, it's not just them who are affected, it's the entire family that gets affected. At civil society level, I think, according to me, the civil society organizations should push the governments to create more innovative jobs. There is no dearth of jobs, but what lacks today is the skills mismatch. I think innovation and technological advances can definitely help in solve, but at the same time, technology is also cutting the jobs because in the manufacturing sector, for example, when you have robots, etc., which do the jobs, you don't need labor. So that is like job reduction. But the same thing in the software section, you need so many people to code. We have reached a stage where entrepreneurship should be promoted at school level. They are the job creators, especially young entrepreneurs. They come with brilliant ideas. Over the past few months, I have come across some brilliant projects which I wish I could have been a part of. And I really think that it's a challenge to solve youth unemployment across the world. But if all the governments work towards it, as well as all young people are given an opportunity just to prove themselves, I think that will have a huge impact. If not a total impact, at least an amplified impact. The most important thing, which is also a cause of long-term unemployment, is the quality of jobs. The quality of job matters so much. It's not just about creating jobs, it's about creating sustainable and quality jobs. And long-term unemployment has very severe repercussions, and several governments, including Spain, Greece, my country, India, are facing those kind of problems. One way to attract young people to the labor market is first of all, by providing vocational training. And when I say vocational training, majority of countries do not give weightage to vocational education. It is looked down upon, unlike countries like Germany, where it has high value. If other governments or other countries start promoting vocational education, we will not only have skills when we are studying, but at the same time we will know how to apply them in the real world. And that is what is lacking, which in turn frustrates people, and they try to run away from jobs that would have paid them a lot. Because nobody wants to work in a frustrated environment. Nobody wants to work just under pressure. Everyone wants to work in a way that they can enjoy their work. I think the governments are totally aware that youth unemployment is a huge crisis. It was reiterated at G20 recently. But I think somewhere down the line, the governments tend to forget that the labor market cannot be used as a vote bank politics, because in many countries they commit to creating more jobs, and when they come in power, they don't really take it very seriously. The governments really need to understand that we are reaching a point where there are more young people in the world than before. And if the youth bulge, if it's not employed, it will lead to juvenile delinquency, it will lead to violence, it will lead to drug abuse, it will lead to, I don't know, maybe like another Arab Spring. So you had protests in Hong Kong, you have protests in several parts of the world. Most of the protests are also focusing on people asking for better job opportunities. Just create jobs, it's going to solve the problem. But just by creating jobs, it's not going to solve the problem. It's also about creating jobs which will provide them security, which will provide them financial security, which will let them be in a job for at least 1 year, 2 year, 3 year time. Youth Employment Report 2013, I think, if I'm not wrong. That report has stated that youth unemployment is scarring this generation, our generation, my generation of young people. It's time that the government take it very seriously. It's time that we have less talking, we have less high profile events where they commit this $1 billion or this $1 million, or they commit creating this million jobs or that million jobs, and instead actually start creating jobs. Empower entrepreneurs to create more jobs, provide more subsidies for people in marginalized communities, in vulnerable areas, in rural areas, so that they can have an opportunity to work in a more sustainable environment. It's a fantastic project, and that is why I chose to be here, because I personally believe that by 2030, I think the world should get rid of at least 50% of the unemployment crisis for young people, and I truly support the initiative, and I hope that the UN declares it, all the member nations of United Nations help in declaring the decade on youth employment and support Novia Salesido Foundation.